we helped people basically to obtain employment, but business is one of the things that we can actually assist with as well, because I used to be a government industry consultant for 3 years, so I don't profess to actually have great knowledge of really big businesses, but how to start businesses and what's important to understand. I've had quite a lot of experience with migrants, not understanding even some of the basic things, which is why we're running this beginner workshop today. And then the second one is for more intermediate and people who have already started businesses, and that's next Saturday. Okay, so because we've been successful in helping people with employment, we now started to look at how we might assist people to start businesses, because many people said that they would like to. We applied to the City of Hobart for a grant. It met one of their criteria, and we got it. So that's who's funding the workshops. Okay, so these 2 workshops are actually being supported as well by the Nepalese Business Association, the Tasmanian Small Business Council, and Rob will be speaking a little bit later, the Tasmania Ningbo Business Association, and the Federation of Chinese Associations of Tasmania. And the first workshop will provide people interested in starting their own business, large or small, with the fundamental thinking that's needed, links to the resources available to assist, and there are heaps of them, so we won't be able to go through lots of them today, but we'll show you where they are, and first-hand information on how to be successful from today's keynote speakers. So first we're going to hear, and give you a bit of an overview. We're going to hear from Rob Mallett. Rob's here in the blue and white check. He's the CEO of the Tasmanian Small Business Council, which is the peak body for the small business associations in Tasmania. And we particularly asked Rob to come, not because he's not a nice person and a good speaker, but because at a meeting that I went to surveying what was going on with migrants, Rob's chairperson actually commented that there weren't that many associations from migrant backgrounds who are part of their council. And so I thought that was a really good idea to invite him, so you can pass on that information to other people in your associations. And then Jade and I will provide some information on the resources. As I said, we won't be able to give you all of them. And then we will hear from a local business migrant who has been successful in starting several businesses since coming to Tasmania. And he will explain, his name is Rick Rahat, he will, I don't pronounce that exactly right, he will explain how you can successfully launch a business in 30 days and make it last. Okay, so as the workshop is meant to be interactive, please raise your hand to ask Rahat or anybody else questions. When we get to that question and answer session, or perhaps just before morning tea, there's some pens on the table, and I've just put some pieces of paper. If we need more pieces of paper, just sing out, we'll find some, because you might not have time to write it on the phone, etc. When you think of a question, but we'd really like to answer all your questions while we're here. Okay. Before you have your morning tea break, we will provide you with some questions to discuss with others here today, and your answers will be followed up in the group discussion after the break. So as networking is a major skill in developing a business, so what you have here is the opportunity to meet as many new people as you can from different community groups, maybe different businesses. But so if you hear, if you're asking someone what sort of business they are, and you know that that's an interest to you or to somebody else here, then please match people up. So we have a lot on the program to cover, but as I said, we want to make sure we answer your questions or concerns that you have about your business idea becoming a reality. So we want each of you to raise your hand to ask the questions. Now, can I just quickly ask, how many people in the room already have started a business? So you have an ABN, so we know what we're talking about. Hands can go higher. Okay, And the rest of you, everybody's thinking about something, got an idea, not sure what to do, is that right? Excellent, thank you. So, Jade, do you want to introduce, we didn't talk about this, do you want to introduce Rob? Or?
You already did.
Yes. Okay.
As the CEO of Tasmania Small Business Council, Rob.